This is GameF8 News, where the fate of the news rests in these hands. In our quick headlines, Horizon Call of the Mountain has finally gone gold. This is good news for those of you picking up the PSVR 2, since it all but guarantees there will be at least one game to play on the accessory. Gamers have been playing emulated 360 games on the series consoles using the unofficial Xena. This is early days for the application, however, so will be a while before it becomes a fully fledged warrior princess. Now, on to our bigger headlines. Nintendo sales have been announced, and the Switch has now passed the PlayStation 4 and the Game Boy in sales, with over 122 million compared to the PS4's 117 million and the Game Boy's 118 million. Mario Kart 8, the port of the Wii U game, has reached 52 million sales, but the biggest surprise is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you know, the broken games, have reached over 20 million, almost reaching Mario Odyssey at 25. Things weren't all rosy for the Big N, as they've been forced to slash the full year earnings after finally seeming to acknowledge that the Switch hardware may be quite late into its generation. These comments seem to hint that Nintendo know that new hardware needs to come soon, with many rumours pointing at the next generation dropping either this year or next. I've always assumed that the next Switch will come in 2024, but could we be mere days away from finding out that Nintendo aren't too worried about the less than expected sales because they know how close the Switch successor is to being announced? Okay, so we had the movement controls on the Wii, we had the tablet on the Wii U, and we had the portability of the Switch. What gimmick are we going to have on the next one? What about 4K and ray tracing? Or an arm strap that lets you move Mario by the power of dance? Super Mario Samba! I love it. Hogwarts Legacy is a game that has promised a lot to a very dedicated fanbase. Potterheads have had to endure a lot through the decades when trying and probably failing to truly believe that they're the wand-wielding protagonist in previous video game adaptations of the popular books. The Lego ones were fun, but generic, and the mainline games seemed to be more of a cash grab than a genuine attempt to show love to the franchise. I mean, do you remember Hagrid's face? But along came Avalanche Software with a dream to be the team to finally crack this challenge. Okay, so their pedigree of creating Disney Infinity doesn't instill an awful lot of confidence, but the game was restricted to a toys-to-life model. Harry Potter carries a blank check and a lot of potential. Well, by potential, we're obviously ignoring the controversy surrounding the author. So, did they manage to do it? Well, the game has managed to get an 85 or 86 on Metacritic, which is quite a feat considering the previous attempts scored significantly lower. The game seemed to deliver in key areas, and reviewers generally report it's fun to play, which is always a good starting point. Some areas of concern are the game's performance, story, and variety, especially with enemies. All in all, it seems like they've finally given Potter fans something enjoyable to play. Hagrid, are you okay?
Of course, Harry. Why wouldn't I be?
Microsoft's deal to buy Activision Blizzard has received another significant blow yesterday, with the EU officially opposing the acquisition. Although this wasn't a big surprise, with leaks hinting that this would probably happen, it is nonetheless damning to be actually made official in this way. Eyes now turn to the UK, who are expected to reach the same conclusion. Who says Brexit changed anything? I would imagine many at Microsoft will be planning for life without Activision, having already maximised all the possible concessions they could make to the regulators, and still be left wanting. Maybe Microsoft will want to divert the $70 billion it saved by not doing this deal to its AI partnership with OpenAI. It already owns 49% of the company and is rumoured to be stuffing the tech into all its products, including Microsoft Teams and its search engine Bing. Xbox could be the next logical step for the AI, assuming they didn't try and bring back the Kinect. Hi, I am Kinect AI. See me as a friend. Just make sure that my camera is always pointed at you and I can hear you at all times. Ubisoft Plus code has been found hiding in the Xbox, hinting that the service could be dropping soon. The subscription is currently free with PlayStation Plus, so it would be interesting to see if it joins Game Pass. Ubisoft have a vast catalogue of games, including Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or as the Grammys call it, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ubisoft have been a bit strapped for cash of late and have announced 7 game cancellations in the last couple of years, so some Microsoft money would be very well received. I'm pretty sure Microsoft wouldn't mind removing Ubisoft's exclusivity with the PlayStation Plus service either. With the code in the wild, it really won't be long until we find out Ubisoft's plans. I'm really proud that Game Pass has EA, all our first party games, and soon Ubisoft. But what about Activision games? Does it have those? I'm done with this interview. But an interview we won't be done with is GameF8 news. See us tomorrow and every tomorrow unless today is Friday, since I rest at weekends. Peach and love.